All right, everybody, this is Sarah demonstrating how to roll our hip. So the hip's a huge one just because, everybody at one point or another has complained of some type of lower back pain or strain or something to that matter. But the hip is a big factor in that because the hip doesn't function properly and it doesn't mobilize properly, basically move properly, then the lower back will. And the lower back's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to hold firm and transfer energy from the hip up the body. So getting the hips open and functioning right, you'll take a ton of pressure off your lower back. And right here, basically, you get on your side, brace yourself whatever way you want. Sarah's got her foot back right now because she's allowing you guys to see better, but go ahead and move your foot forward, babe. This is how a lot of people will do it. I find it's easier to brace for beginners, but we want you guys to see the best, so Sarah can go ahead and put her leg back behind. All right, so when you get on your side here, you're basically going to want to find the boniest area right there because you want to get the hip seated and in. So you basically want to go in there and go back and forth about an inch or two slowly, basically kneading it back and forth.
Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. If this is your first time, we appreciate you so much for being here, right Heidi?
Yes.
Yay, big welcome. And so this is for all women out there who would like to have more motivation and inspiration. It's motivational fitness for the average Jane. So if you're dealing with depression, anxiety, postpartum depression, maybe even you have some body dysmorphic issues, this show is for you. We're going to get to the raw, real, and edgy issues, and sometimes we're going to talk about fitness, bodybuilding, personal training, nutritional things, recipes. So be sure to go to Michelle Davis Fitness on IG. If you're interested in being a guest and showing your transformational story, you can share that as well on the Facebook page, Michelle Davis Fitness. And we're live on Facebook, so if you're watching us here, give us a thumbs up, show us that you love us and that you're watching us. And I have here the Muscle Whisperer, Josh True X. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I brought my big foam roller because this is something that I see you use quite often on your YouTube channel as well. But before we go into this, let's talk about you and how you got started into helping and changing people's lives.
My fitness, I've been lifting since I was about 15, but honestly helping people and doing fitness and just working out and training and working with people is about 18, so 16 years now I've been doing that. And I quickly it didn't really take off until about the last, I'd say since 2010.
Oh, okay.
That's really when because I had done drag racing and everything, so fitness basically evolved from 2010 on in the corporate world, and then now it's gone into bodywork.
And it's funny, I didn't even introduce ourselves. I'm Michelle Davis and this is Heidi Spreaker, my co-host.
Hey.
And we're a part of Platinum Physique, so big shout out to Michael Haley. Yeah, that's right, show the guns, girl. So during my training, I was looking at like posture, spine correction, how to stretch properly, and I came across Josh's Instagram page, Muscle Whisperer. So you're a real advocate on showing how to, tell techniques and secrets to help people. And so through your journey, you kind of show the before and after of just in a few hours how people's posture can be corrected.
Yeah, the basis of everything I do is trying to push the limits and just show people how fast it is, because in reality I don't know anybody who wants to wait longer for something that you can see right now. And I'm a firm believer in kind of defying the odds and trying to take what people say can't be done and trying it. And if nothing else, if it doesn't work, then they were right, but I want to prove to everybody this is a faster way and a more effective way that we can do it, because in this day and age there's efficiency is everything, or else you can't get it done.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I was actually on the Stairmaster a few weeks ago, and this guy next to me was just like raving about the Muscle Whisperer. He's just like, he's like, I just went to this guy last night. He just transformed my posture within 2 hours, and he just worked solely on my body for 2 hours straight.
Amazing.
And he was just like, just raving about the Muscle Whisperer. So I looked him up on Instagram and saw your videos, and then next thing you know, Michelle's like, we're gonna have the Muscle Whisperer on our show.
That's awesome. Funny how
So
it works.
I know, it's awesome.
It's so funny. So back to you helping people. Foam rolling. That's something that can definitely help people. And Heidi, when you were pregnant, I'm sure your back, you had some issues.
Oh yeah.
Was this something
and
that
I had sciatica really bad too,
Yeah.
just at the end of my pregnancy.
So what
It
did you
was
do
awful.
for relief? I bet it was.
And sciatica is like so much worse than I ever thought.
Yeah.
It
It
just
was
hits
like
you all
I
of a
couldn't
sudden.
walk. Yeah, like I was shopping in IKEA and like I would literally just have to stop and like I just wanted to cry in pain and I
Oh.
couldn't move. Like
Poor thing. So you can you help pregnant women at all with their posture?
Yeah, actually, I mean, there's some videos on my Instagram where I do some of the natal work and prenatal work. But
Okay.
my wife, she was religious with the foam roller.
I was gonna say congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
You recently
19
got
months.
married and your baby boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
3 years of marriage, well, almost 4 now, and then 19 months with the baby. But my wife, that's one thing. She was the advocate, and we preached it, but she really stuck to it every day. She was religious with the foam roller, and like what you were talking about. I mean, you know, stomach goes out naturally, the butt's going to go out as well, and it's going to compensate for those things. And the
Right.
that's just an anterior pelvic tilt, like almost every person on Earth has.
Absolutely.
The curve of the lower back, and next thing you know, it just takes one step to pinch that, you know, kind of energetic pathway. It's like pinching off a hose.
And let's be
Yeah.
real, like when you don't get corrected and you don't get adjusted every now and again, you get I get cranky, I can't sleep. Even like my eating habits and my digestion, it seems to be going a lot more easier for me when I have my spine in alignment. So with all that, can you give us some tips for sitting correctly, like our posture wise, so that way we can kind of learn as we go along? Because I feel like, you know, you can kind of give us some tools that we need to be, everybody out there needs to be learning. So can you give us some of those, Josh?
All right, so my biggest thing I preach is we always put focus, this modern day and age, is our core, is our
Okay.
is our center, and that's completely that's the biggest misconception. Anybody who's really into the body will know the pelvis is our floor that, you know, kind of seams the upper and lower half. So to know that our pelvis is neutral is what's most important, because that will make sure that our back's not curving and everything, you know, down and up is going to be in a pretty good position. And it'll also help people who are pretty messed up try and start to fix these things. But if you can squeeze your butt cheeks together and feel like they can actually come together and then start moving it, you know, kind of move your butt in and out and figure out, you know, do I feel like I can squeeze it a little better here? And wherever you get that good squeeze where they come together in the middle, then you know that your pelvis has to be somewhat
I feel
neutral.
like I'm twerking, like, oh
Yeah.
yes, I understand it now.
I think that too really helps with, you know, when you're doing planks. People always
That's
want to push their
true.
butt up, and I always have people stand straight up and just kind of do pelvic tilts back
Yep,
and forth
exactly.
to find that sweet spot.
That's a good point.
That's a big one with the planks, is that, you know, I always tell people, like, you know, sometimes people can't bring their butt down because their pelvis is so locked up. So you're telling them bring their butt down, but in order to do that, they have to like arch their back in and things like that,
Yeah,
because
right.
it's frozen. So once you open it up, you'll notice like planks, all of a sudden people can go for minutes instead of just gassing out after a few seconds.
Well,
So check him out on Instagram, Muscle Whisperer Josh, and you can also go to your .com, which is, do you have a website people can go to, or just Instagram?
Just Instagram is pretty
Okay.
much, and YouTube is really what we've been focusing
Okay,
on now.
and
Seems-
phone number people can call you.
Yeah, do you want me to give the phone?
Of course
Yeah.
I do.
All right, so 702-371-9764. Feel free to, if you don't get me right away, just text me. I'm always back to back with clients, so I'll get back to you though.
Back to back, get it? All right, Muscle Whisperer, thanks
Thank
for
you,
being a
folks.
guest.
Thank you, for sure.
And check him out on Instagram. We'll see you guys soon right here on WCOBM.tv.